Hello ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, this is Berzerk130 back again bringing you a profile on a deck that you've probably seen before if you've seen my channel at all, which is the profile spotlight on my Gravekeeper deck. Now the last profile I wasn't quite happy with because it wasn't necessarily a finished version of the deck. It worked then, but it didn't work too well. But now I've got a more workable version of the deck that I'm here to show you today. It's a little bit more standard for what you'll find with keepers, but I hope you'll be pleasantly surprised. Make sure you rate, subscribe, comment, all those nice little things to get the channel off the ground, and make sure to look me up on PSN if you happen to be on that. If you see this, I play a bunch of little FPSs, but not Call of Duty or Battlefield. Don't even message me about that crap. And if you have a game, I'll see if I have it. Little Big Planet too, in case you're interested in that. But anyway, back to the important part. My keepers. Now, just to keep the upcoming things a secret, I'm just going to focus the camera over here. And we've got my 3 Gravekeeper's recruiters. Oh, recruiter, you're so, well, not necessarily overrated because you deserve it entirely. Recruiter just gives the deck speed and it looks like Odeon. And everyone likes Odeon, right? Wait, no, nobody? Alright, fine. Okay, so he doesn't look like a cool character, but he is a cool card. And basically the engine for the deck. Next we've got 3 Gravekeeper's Commandants. Some people run 2, I used to run 2, but now I have 3, because after all, it's Necro Valley, the monster. Best of all, since it's only got 1500 defense points, it can be searched out by Little Recruiter, and it's probably the best target for it. Next we have 3 Gravekeeper Spies. I know one of them's not gold, I'm working on that. Spy is just the quintessential Gravekeeper. He used to make the deck work, but now he's relegated to just being an easy Xyz, especially if he gets, say, Fiendish Chained, which everyone does, so then I just pop up an Xyz and make him worth something. He's a good combo with one of my 3 Gravekeeper's Descendants. Descendant, like I said, is a good combo with Spy, and it's a good combo with Recruiter, and it's a good combo with basically everything else in the deck. It's just a nice card, you know? Sacrifices your field for his. Not a bad trade. Next we have my 2 Gravekeeper's Visionaries. I'm gonna run 3 once I get another copy of Magician Circle, but for right now I replaced it with another little splashable, if you will. It's just a really nice card that some people don't even run, and I find that very sad, because it's a really awesome card, and it's won me a lot of games, and gotten me a lot of hilarious trolling when I use it. 4200 beater in 1 turn with 1 tribute? Why not, right? Next we have 2 Gravekeeper's Assailants. I'm going to see if I can get 3. It's not going to be hard, but I'll give it a shot. And next we have 1 Sangan. This is what I replaced my Visionary with until I get my next Magician Circle. The Sangan is just to search out spies and recruiters. That's about its job. And it does it very, very well. But now, let's move on to the parts that some people are a little mystified by, which is that I toss in Malefics. Specifically Malefic Stardust Dragon, which, by the way, I just dropped in as opposed to a Gores, which is now up for grabs, a Ghost Gold one. Just in case anyone that knows me personally, that Ghost Gold Gores is now up for grabs. And I've got this, my Malefic Cyberend. Malefic Cyberend has helped me out so much, and it's won me a few games, and it just looks awesome because it's Cyberend. And it's a good way to get me to use my secret rare Cyberend that I never would be able to before. And next we have 3 Necro Valleys. I'm very happy because they're all super, if you can see that. And they, of course, look like the Lion King Valley, which I always point out in my duels, and it always gets a laugh or two. This here Lion King Valley is the troll card of the deck, as well as its main purpose of existing. Ideally, this card is always on the field. Unfortunately, pesky MSTs tend to ruin my fun. However, when they don't, it's basically GG. Next, we've got 2 of the standard Wonder Wands. Yes, thank God, I finally got Wonder Wands. 2 to be exact. I traded them for a yellow gadget that I got from a turbo pack. In fact, it was the last turbo pack in the entire store. I was very pleased. But anyway, these Wonder Wands are basically, they're good for comboing with Recruiter, and they give some extra attack power to Assailants or Descendants if I happen to draw them. I tend to dead draw them a lot for some reason, but still, the benefits far outweigh the disadvantages. Next we have 2 mained Royal Tributes. Now, I replaced MSTs with these. The reason being that this, even though I know that this is really situational, and I used to side these because they were so situational, MSTs are more situational even than these. Because MST is only that useful on a couple of decks, especially since I only ran 2. But that's basically all I have to say. Royal Tribute is just one guy called Royal Tribute my win condition, which is pretty funny to me considering how there are plenty of other ways to win, like him and him and him. You know, it just gets caught up, and it's overrated, but still a great card. But luckily, I have those MSTs in my side deck in case I end up fighting Dark Worlds. Ugh, I hate uttering those words. Anyway, we've got ourselves 3 Gravekeeper Steels. Now, Gravekeeper Steel is cool because, well, it's a giant tablet of rock being stared at by Descendant under a glowing sunlight. End of story. It's also an excellent salvage, and I can use it to recycle Commandant effects, and Recruiter effects, and Descendant effects, and Spy effects, and every other type of effect that I want. It's a nice little toolbox. Not much more that can be said for it. Except sometimes it gets a little off since I have to target 2 and I can't just target 1, which has lost me. It's lost me at least 1 game, and it was pretty sad when it did, but whatever. I just drew all 3 of them in succession. It sucked. Anyway, next we have 2 Magical Dimensions. I don't run 3, even though it's a really awesome card, because sometimes I simply don't have the casters for it. It's a great card, and I tell you, it has stumped a lot of people on DN, and I've had to pause so often to explain how it works to them. But it's a really nice card, and it's great for getting out Visionary and all the other high-level things in my deck that work well. So next we have a Dark Hole staple. Moving on. 1 Magician's Circle. I want 1 more, preferably super. Again, if anyone knows me in real life and they have a spare Magician's Circle, give me a buzz on that. 1 Compulse. I don't run more than 1 because I only have 1. I actually replaced a Book of Moon with this Compulse, because even though Book of Moon prevents things like Xyz, this prevents it a lot better. And, you know, no better card, right? Next we have my Mirror Force, basic. 2 Torrentials, a bit of an odd choice having exactly 2 Torrentials, considering I don't have any Starlight Road in this, but it's still a solid card, and it's another 2 Dark Holes that I can take advantage of. And next, and finally, we have 3 Rite of Spirit. Rite of Spirit is probably my second favorite card in the deck. It's a monster reborn that works under Necro Valley and only for Gravekeepers, so, you know, it's the best. I hope you enjoyed that main deck. So now we're getting to, let's go with the extra deck now. This is mostly Xyz and Malefic Bait. So I guess we'll just get started, because notice I didn't have any tuners, so Xyz is, and I have only Xyz monsters because sometimes my stuff gets Fiendish Chained, and it makes me very sad-faced. Alright, so here we have Maestroke. This is a nice little card. It's good for Book of Mooning stuff when I don't have Book of Moon anymore. 2 Gemnite Pearls, just, you know, basic beat sticks. Cyber End Dragon, again sparkly, and I needed a use for it, so I dropped in Malefic Cyber, and it ended up working really well. Stardust, for Malefic Stardust. And a Zenmeister, because I can, and it recycles spies, but it's very situational. And the next, let's get on with my side deck. 3 Gravekeeper's Guards, all in the same sleeve. Normally I only side in about 2 against decks full of Xyz and Synchros and whatnot, but you get the idea. 2 MSTs, good for siding in against Dark Worlds. And Deck Devi, which destroys windups and a lot of other things, and is easily brought out by Gravekeepers. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.